Hello everyone, Noah here, and today we are going to be playing on KSP DMP. I'm going to quickly work to the next morning, because, there we go, that was easy, because I hate working in the nighttime, especially considering we are doing a special challenge today, as we have Dave here, and our challenge, which he has no idea what it is yet, is to make a plane that goes all the way around Kerbin. All the way around Kerbin. So, where are we on the tracking station? Where are we? Where are we?
Okay.
That's not us. That's not us. That's not us. Where are we? Where'd we go? Oh, there we are. I think that's us. Yeah, that's us. So you have to fly. It doesn't have to it doesn't matter if you go equatorial or if you go to slight inclination. Actually, no, we'll go equatorial, just so that it's easier. So we have to make a plane that flies across the giant big blue ocean, around the mountainous side, into the dark side of the planet, hopefully not, depending on the speed.
No, I'm trying to get...
Okay.
I'm just getting those mods in.
So Dave now knows what we're
should
doing.
I put the dot... should I put the 0.42 in?
What?
Should I put the 0.42 folder in?
Just
or
put everything
what's inside it?
Put everything in. Leave everything in.
Okay, I'll do it this way then.
Okay, so Dave already knows what we're doing. We're going to go all the way around the planet in one trip. No stops, no refueling. And we have to build our plane in 30 minutes. Now, of course, the building process will be silenced. I won't really talk. I'll still record the screen, but I won't record my mic. So yeah, well, actually, the easier way would just be to do it in editing. So there will be no sound at all during the building process. I'll just speed it up, and we will have 30 minutes total, which will be actually like 3 minutes or 5 minutes for you. Yeah. And once that time is done, we will be using... Hang on, let me find it. Very unprepared, kind of. We will be using this timer. Okay. So when you hear that, when you hear this, it's done. I don't think.
I can barely hear anything there. So.
Okay, hang on. I'll fix this.
I can set a timer on my side too. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I'm gonna set a timer loud enough for everyone to hear, anyways, because I don't think even the microphone's picking it up. Is that louder? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Barely?
Yes.
But that'll be good. Okay. And now I can go on my clock and I can set an alarm. Okay, so when the timer is ended, it's gonna go off with this. Hang on. So you're gonna hear that when the timer's up. I don't think the mic is picking that up for YouTube. Again. Grr. Stupid sound. There, that'll be loud enough. So it's gonna make this sound when it's done. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. Okay. So we are now going to be ready. Just gonna make sure that's a
Still not ready.
Okay, well, once Dave is ready, we will go. So, I'm going to prepare. We'll just jump cut to when we're beginning to go. Alright, so now that Dave has got his mods problem sorted out, we will start with the cockpit. We will use, we're going to use either MK2 or MK1. You are not using MK3 because that is way too big and will lag the server up ridiculously. Okay, so I called it InterContinental Plane. ICP. InterContinental Plane. So we're on a build. We're going to have our cockpits put down and ready to go. And we'll have it named. And then when I say go, we go. Okay?
Okay. Okay, wait.
So how do you have your cockpit down and named it ICP dash it's ICP space dash space Dave.
Okay, just a second. I was trying to.
Like, it would be like this. That's what it is.
Okay, I have. Why is there a Canadian flag on there?
Because this is Canadian.
Okay.
This is a mod that I have, and
Okay.
it's forced you to use that. So now you have all the flags and stuff that I have.
Okay.
So it's forced you to get all the flags and stuff that I have. So you should have a Canadian flag. And of course, that's what we're going to use,
Aye.
considering we are Canadian, right? That's what we would do.
Okay.
Of course we put a Canadian flag on there. So it's ICP, Dave, and are you ready to begin?
Okay. Saved. Okay.
You have your cockpit, and it's
Yeah.
named, right? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, begin your building. Okay. We're now going to explain the strategies that we are going to use right now before we launch, okay? So get prepared and set up for your launch, and then, yeah. So I'll explain what I'm doing first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some solid fuel boosters, which are going to give me a good amount of extra speed to take off quickly, which I can then use my engines to sail off into the distance. And I think I'm being called, so I'll be right back. Video now. Okay, so my tactic is that I'm going to use these solid rocket fuel boosters on my the wings of my plane to give me a little bit more boost as I'm taking off, and then they will decouple. And I have a bunch of small high explosive warheads that are attached to it, so hopefully when they decouple, when the solid fuel boosters decouple, then they will explode the runway as I'm taking off, because I can take off at a very low speed and then quickly gain speed. Hopefully before you take off on the runway, I'll be slightly ahead of you because of the speed boost, and I'll be going from 0 to like 50 and just like that, just snap like that, because of the solid fuel boosters. And then they'll decouple, they'll hit the runway, hopefully, set off the small high explosive warheads, and kaboom goes kaboom goes the runway underneath you, so you'll have to deal with a broken runway to take off. And then I've strapped on the end of my landing gear, I strapped on a little cubic octagonal strut, and on top of that I've added a heat shield, because what I'm planning to do is I'm planning on taking off, going into a suborbital trajectory that then brings me back in halfway around the planet, and then fly the rest of it. So I will conserve a crap ton of fuel, and considering these ramjet engines guzzle fuel like crazy, that's going to be very useful. They'll get me really high up to speed, and then once they stop working, I should be in a decent suborbital trajectory. I'll just turn them off with a button, and then yeah, and then I just sail back in using my heat shield, which would burn up and cause and stuff. And then I have a bunch of radiators that when I push 2, it activates them all. And right, if I push 2,
Okay, let's just go.
hang on, wait, it's 1, and then that activates all my radiators. And yeah, so I'll just do that. And then what's your design slash tactic for doing this?
I have some liquid fuel tanks, the supersonic intake, and the engine.
And that's it.
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! God, I have to kind of compensate a little bit, and then up.
Guess you want to take your brakes off too.
Yep, that's a good idea.
That's a good tip.
And up, and the things are away. Goodbye, runway. Yep, there goes the runway. Oh, it didn't work. It glitched out and crap. That's what I was kind of expecting, though. Okay, height, here I come. I've also got a bunch of I've got some batteries, and I've got some RTGs. So I
heard more explosions going on.
Yeah, I just caused off a bunch of explosions on the runway, so hopefully that might have destroyed you slash partially the runway.
Oh no, I'm way up in the air, man.
And we have to attempt to land back down on the runway. If you don't land on the runway, it doesn't count.
Oh well, okay.
And that I am very good at, so haha, be prepared for loss. Prepared for losing. What's your current height?
Well, it's gonna take forever to go around the world anyway.
What's your current height?
I'm only at 1,300 meters.
Holy cow, you can go up fast. I'm only at 2,500. I'm only at 2.5 kilometers up.
Yeah,
and I'm at full throttle.
I'm only at 1.3.
Oh. You're at 13,000.
No, 1,300 meters.
Oh, okay, so I'm able to climb quite a lot faster than you. Alright, well, I'm just going to jump cut to a point where I'm kind of in space, because this is going to take a long time. Okay, so I'm back. We had slightly changed the challenge. Instead of going all the way around the planet, because if you look I have nowhere near enough fuel to get around the planet, even though I thought I had. And Dave only has about 80% left, right?
Yeah.
That's not enough fuel. If you degraded from 20%, you lost 20% fuel from KSC to now. Just look at how far we are. We are quite a lot past the island run. We're kind of past that island. We're not even halfway around the planet yet, and I've lost over half my fuel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here to this little island, which is now in the dark side, and we're going to have to attempt to land on it.
I don't know this island you're talking about.
Okay, Dave, go to the map.
Yeah?
It's in the dark side. You won't see it for a good while. I don't even think I'll be able to make it to the island. You're so much further ahead of me.
Okay. Because I'm headed towards what kind of looks like Africa.
Yeah. Well, Africa's the... Well, what sort of looks like Africa is where the KSC is, and that's behind us. But if we look the other direction, to the east of us, there's an island.
My plane is pointing towards that way.
Your plane...
Whatever.
Oh, on the map, the plane picture is facing that way, yes, but that's not the actual direction your plane is traveling.
Oh.
So if you look, it's very difficult to see right now, but there is an island there, and I'm gonna actually have to really be slow because I have almost no fuel left. So yay! I'm gonna now jump cut to when we actually reach there, and then yeah, yeah, that'll be good, hopefully.
How the hell am I here? Okay.
So yeah.
Remember, it's Sarah's turn tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a very big fail. I wasn't able to keep going, and I actually had to. There's the rest of the plane expending the rest of its fuel. Yeah. And Dave has to go, so bye, Dave.
Bye.
Okay. Well, now Dave's left. But my plane was nowhere near far enough. It didn't even make it to the dark side island. And I have a very weak connection because it's a relay, but it's got a very poor connection to that. So we're now going to splash down. I used my amazing 3-in-1 separatrons as well as parachutes to decouple. I had a decoupler on it, so it just sent that piece flying off. And yeah. So now the parachute will deploy, slowing us down quite immensely. We're now going at 11-ish meters per second directly down, but that parachute will slow us down nicely. So basically what it is just a decoupler with 3 separatrons in the same area with some radiators in case if I'm coming down from orbit. Like after coming down from orbit, if I had to do that because it's like flipping around or whatever, I just decouple that. Hope that the thing still stays on, but I decoupled that early on. And then I just have parachutes which will glide me safely down. This just pushes me away from the rest of the craft so I don't die. Yeah, that splashed down with that splashed down really hard. If we look, you can see way down. Look at all those things. Splashed down hard and was destroyed and stuff. But this is not gonna splash down hard and be destroyed. And we can conserve energy if we just take off the thing. We have no more liquid fuel or solid fuel or anything. Let's just deploy the gear to be safe. So what we were planning on doing is going all the way around the planet and then landing back down there at the KSC, but we couldn't do that. So, yay! So, I guess we did it, maybe? If you could count that as a success. I mean, I don't know how far I've traveled, we can probably view that here. I've been going for 2 hours and 25 minutes, but, like, about 2 of those hours were just me, or about half an hour of that was me eating dinner. So I was doing that for, well, almost an hour-ish. Lots of that was just spent because Kerbin goes faster than real life, but so far. And my highest altitude achieved was 6,337 meters. My total highest speed achieved was 295 meters a second, and my highest speed over land was 294 meters a second. I've traveled 406 kilometers ground distance covered. Total distance traveled is 415 kilometers. And a total of 4.4 Gs, most G-force endured. So that's not bad. I traveled a total of just over 4 kilometers. And these guys splashed down nice and safe. Success! Yeah. And now we should probably get an easier way of getting these guys home. Now, I could always use a helicopter, bring these guys back to land, or we could just use the magic recover vessel button. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed me and Dave utterly failing at, well, playing Kerbal. But hopefully the next one won't be as bad as a failure. We will, for the next one, when we do that, we'll build boats, and we'll attempt to do a boat battle, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build a boat battle, we're gonna build some boats, and we're gonna battle them until they explode. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a basic boat, get it into the water somehow, and then have a big boat battle. And then the next one we will do a plane dogfight, and the next one we will do a tank battle, because that's really all you can really do. And maybe we'll do a space battle, but we'd probably just cheat the space vehicles there. So I hope you've enjoyed me failing with Dave at this. At least I don't have to take all the blame. I get to blame half of it on Dave because he also failed, so yay! Bye-bye.